Welcome in, everybody. Come on in. If you are starting, we are the We Book It podcast, boys. Welcome into our very first live edition of the show, the We Book It Boys together. I got Big Daddy C over there in the corner.
What's up, everybody?
And then, of course, I have Fritos over here next to me. I am Virgil, your host. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. Wow, guys, what a SummerSlam we just had. SummerSlam 2024 was off the charts.
It was amazing. But before we talk about the show, we have to do something very special for our very own Virgil. Happy birthday.
Woo! Let's go. Hey.
Happy birthday to you. Now, how old are you? What?
Well, cheers to that.
20,
Cheers to that.
21, 22? Because you are really young and spiffy. Right now.
I'm 32.
Oh.
So
Completely off.
yeah. But yes, it is my birthday. We're just finishing up with the party. Had a bunch of people here. They just took off, cleared out the studio so that we could have this time to spend with you guys. And all we're talking about is WWE Summerslam. Can you believe it, guys? This night saw so much action happen, so many cool things happen, including the return of the OTC. The original tribal chief, Roman Reigns, showed up and made an appearance tonight. And it was awesome, to say the least.
Acknowledge that motherfucker right now.
Well, we lost some viewership there with that.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And he was over like Rover. Roman Reigns did his thing. It was awesome to see. I enjoyed it. We're going to get into that a little bit later. But let's go ahead and let's kick off this kickoff show. Let's go ahead and kick off this rewind show with our first match of the night. The first match of the night that started everything off. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. A little back and forth match. At first with Liv playing some cat and mouse and doing her thing, trying to run away from Rhea. Somewhere along the line, Rhea's shoulder gets dislocated twice in one match. And then on top of that, she then turns around and pops her shoulder back into place on her own, which was nuts. I could not believe that she did that. And then the betrayals of all betrayals. First, Dom Mysterio takes the chair from Rhea when she was getting ready to blatantly smack the hell out of Liv Morgan with the chair.
Which, to be fair, he did save her originally. So
First time he saved her. Second time, he slid the chair in. He distracted the ref. Liv Morgan hit her finisher move on Rhea Ripley with the chair, and then pinned her for the 1-2-3 to retain the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Can you guys believe that Dom Mysterio has turned on Rhea Ripley? Full turn this time on Rhea Ripley.
first things first, fuck you, Dom. If it was me, I would never turn on Rhea. Rhea, I'm just letting you know, if you need a new shoulder to cry on, screw Jay and Waffle House. I'll be a real man and take you to McDonald's.
There you go.
That dollar menu hits hard.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
You know, it's not really a dollar menu. But anyways, that match was
that real blood fish, if you know what I'm saying.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
I was like,
But anyway,
Oh, God.
that match was good. I mean, I feel for Rhea with the shoulder injury. I think that's the first time I've ever seen someone with a dislocated shoulder relocating their shoulder. And the first thought that popped in my head, since I'm a huge nerd, was Godzilla X Kong when Kong dislocated his shoulder and he slammed into a building and relocated it.
Mm.
That was the first thing that I thought in my head. So my nerdgasm just went off the charts. But I think this is going to be an interesting going on in the future and seeing what the storyline is going to do. I originally thought Finn was going to be involved in the match and, you know, costing it, since we saw the hotel card get taken by him. And also when, a couple of weeks ago, he left and went the same direction as her. So who knows, maybe something for that storyline with a Judgment Day 2.0, just like how we have another Bloodline's going to happen. But yeah, I believe this match is going to continue to Bad Blood.
Yeah.
of course, you know, I predicted that Liv was going to win. mean, we all saw the betrayal coming, though. That was to be expected.
Chicken tendies on PS5 is really powerful tool.
Man,
That's true. That's true. You can't deny the power of the chicken tenders and the PS5.
I'm sure she gave him more than that. We just hadn't seen it.
Oh my gosh.
Tell it to his wife.
Hey, okay, everybody. I'm gonna just let y'all know I'll jump. We were celebrating my birthday, and C might have had some libations.
A lot of
Yeah.
a little bud libations.
If
If you will.
you will.
Right. But no, like it was, for the most part, it was a decent match. I enjoyed the kids afterwards. It was like
I didn't.
it was like a little,
Hater.
it was like a little Edge and Lita, you know, after Lita turned on Kane back in the day, and joined forces with Edge. You know, that's what it felt like. But I'm glad Dom finally folded and realized that Liv got that good, and you know, hey, but I feel sorry for him because mommy's about to be after this man.
Yeah.
Like white on rice, bro. It's about to get ugly.
For sure.
All right, see the Dom for right now.
He might get shot.
He
He literally might get
he gonna
shot.
have, he gonna have Rhea after him, Priest after him. You know, he gotta watch his back at all times. Liv ain't enough to watch his back. So.
I mean, Rick
Not at
got
all.
that call due.
unless you got a fan with him, you know, which I'm sure a fan to help him out. But
So what do you guys think? Do y'all think that Rhea? I mean, do y'all think that it eventually leads to the payoff being the first payoff, because there's gonna be multiple payoffs. Somehow, some way, Dom gets left in the ring with Rhea and Priest and Finn and leave him hanging high and dry.
ooh,
And then, of course, Rhea and Damien take their time and dismantle that man. Yeah, just dismantle that man.
That could happen.
Yeah.
High possibility.
Yeah, that could
I don't
definitely
see it
happen.
maybe this Monday, but maybe
Soon.
2 to 3 weeks, maybe
Yeah.
building up to Bad Blood eventually.
Yep. And then Dom Mysterio, of course, has nowhere to go, nobody to turn to, except for you can always go home. The prodigal son will return home to his father, and yeah, he'll be a face again.
Tell the world.
So.
he's coming home.
With what?
Apparently they can't hear us.
At all? Oh, let me check something out, guys. Sorry. Hold on.
Damn, we gonna start over.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, not fully over.
Oh, damn, man. It's good funny moments, man.
Funny.
We did all that for nothing.
Oh man, see.
It's our first live event, guys. Come
Oh.
on.
There's gonna be technical difficulties.
Yeah.
I need to get some more of these in me, right? Oh, but,
I'm gonna put me another Coke Zero.
yeah, you got that.
You come up. I'll get you another one. Just
Hey, ask them, can they hear us now?
Gabrielle's watching us.
Oh, okay.
That's how she was trying to call me. I'm like,
Fuck.
can you hear us now? You can hear us?
Okay, yeah, she can hear us now. I can hear us now. All right.
Hang on. I'll give you a shout out. Sorry about that, folks. We had some technical difficulties. My fiance gave me a call. You can hear us now. Babe, if you're watching this, I know you are. I love you.
Thank you, Gabri. Thank you. Appreciate you. How you say your name?
Gabrielle.
Gabrielle. Thank you, Gabrielle.
Thank you.
You guys can call her Gabby. I'm not allowed to. Everyone else is. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I love you.
thank you, Gabby, for putting up with Freaky Fritos.
We can't hear Cody Rhodes on the TV either. So
Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. He's doing a lot of politicking like he normally does.
you know.
All right, so we got to restart this now.
All right, so this is the official SummerSlam 2024 review show from the WEBOOKIT Boys. I am Virgil. I have with me Fritos, and I have with me Big Daddy C.
I'll do.
Before we start the show, happy birthday to our boy here, Virgil. He is turning a lovely 32.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. 32 years old. This has been one of my best birthdays yet. A lot of love, a lot of friends. We had a group of guys here, cleared them out so we can get the studio ready so that we can record this for you. So first and foremost, guys,
before you know, give a shout out to Birdman. Happy birthday, Birdman.
Happy birthday, Birdman. Woo!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Tom Brady to go. You know.
Happy birthday to the go.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. He could kiss my ass.
Hey, listen, no Tom Brady hate on the podcast.
We'll hate Tom Brady.
Respect the GOAT. All right.
If you're gonna have a roast, man up and take the jokes. Don't come up to someone. Hey, don't say that. Don't man up. Take a joke. Learn to be a man.
All right, go ahead, man.
All right, so first match of the night. What was you guys' reaction? First match was Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. Obviously, the match starts with some cat and mouse between Rhea and Liv, and then finally Rhea gets her hands on her and she starts demolishing her. Liv fights back a little bit, gets a couple leeway. The big spots in the match, obviously, first and foremost, the first time that the chair is introduced. And then obviously Dom takes that chair away. Also, Rhea Ripley, 2 different times dislocated her shoulder in the match. You can hear her verbally telling the referee like it's dislocated or it's broke or what have you. And then obviously she then runs into the announce desk to pop it back into place. Just a brutal moment. But then from there, she then turns around and is getting a lead in the match again, and her irateness, her meanness, that mean streak she has. She just wants to take it out and punish Liv Morgan. So she grabs the chair. Dom grabs the chair from her, takes it from her, tells her you can't win the title, which of course that does actually help her, save her. But then after that, he then slides the chair into the ring, distracts the referee. Liv Morgan hits her finishing move on Rhea Ripley for the 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley looks over and she sees Dom grab Liv Morgan, pick her up, hand her the title, and give her the sloppiest of kisses that Big Daddy Steve wishes he could give Liv Morgan, but he can't. So that was the very first match. Obviously, Rhea Ripley looked irate, distraught, and just downright pissed off. Heartbroken. What did you guys think of the match?
First thing first, fuck you, Dom.
Yeah. Take 2.
Take 2. Exactly. I said this, but we were muted. But fuck you, Dom. I'm just going to say, Rhea, if you are upset about this, I'm here for you. You can cry on my shoulder. I'm not going to be like Jay and take you to a crummy Waffle House. I'm going to be a classy man and take you to a McDonald's.
There you go.
We could go to that semi-dollar menu and we could pick out. Or we could go to Sonic, whatever you want. But the first thing that came to my mind when seeing this match, especially when Rhea dislocated her shoulder and her slamming her shoulder and relocating it, was Godzilla x Kong when Kong dislocated his shoulder and he did that to a building and got back in the fight with him and Godzilla and Mechagodzilla. So me being a huge nerd, I just was like, holy shit. Especially since I don't believe anywhere in the match at all in wrestling history have we ever seen this. Is that correct, guys?
I mean, we haven't seen somebody pop there up with
Pop back in.
No, I think Alexa did it.
Alexa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so too.
Alexa did it.
When she was going against Ronda Rousey.
Yeah,
but she's like a gymnast. Like she's able to like
what do they call it?
like a contortionist or something.
Yeah, so it's another word for it. Where your bones like you can like move your arm like weird.
Double jointed.
Yeah, shit like that. Yeah,
Whatever it is, but seeing someone literally slam their shoulder to relocate it, not just once but twice, is amazing.
So she slammed it and then
Did it again. And then she did it again in the corner.
Oh yeah, I can see that part.
So I mean, I feel for Rhea, but I'm glad that Liv won because this is going to continue the storyline. I think it's going to continue all the way into Bloodline to probably one of the main matches. I mean, we've still got a couple more main matches from SummerSlam. That's really interesting. So I'm curious to how that happens. But again, Rhea, hit me up. Just saying.
Big Daddy C, what did you think of the match?
I don't want to repeat everything I already said. But congratulations to my baby Liv. Hey, I called it. She was going to win the match. Condolences to Rhea. Mommy, I'm sorry. Dom had to do that to you, but, it is what it is. Dom, congratulations. You finally folded and finally realized that Liv got that good.
she's got the chicken tendies and PS5.
Yes, that
Both of them.
too. Like, realize that, hey man, it's only some real men gotta fold sometimes, man. When they see Billy like that, bro. It happens. I would have folded a long time ago, but that's besides the point. So it was great. It was a decent match for the most part. I feel like Rhea, after she popped her shoulder back into place, she just went on a tear.
Yeah.
Until Dom, got in the picture and kind of messed up the momentum and everything. So
Which originally didn't see that happening because he did save her.
yeah, the first time, because she would have got disqualified, and that would have been ended the whole purpose of this whole match.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I think I can't wait to see what happens on Raw, the fallout. Because Dom, while he's celebrating right now, probably gonna get his ass whooped on Monday Night Raw.
And probably at home from his wife.
That whooping at home, whooping on Monday Night Raw by Priest and Rhea, if they catch him, that is.
They will.
But yeah, man, I can't wait to see what happens. Good way to start the pay. To start the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I agree. I think that the match itself was set up really well. Obviously, you wanted it to be where Rhea can't run. I could easily see them continuing Rhea Ripley chasing after Liv Morgan, and Liv constantly trying to run away, and it end up being in a cage match where you lock her in where she can't get out. So what if Bad Blood becomes a stipulation type pay-per-view where literally it's the Women's World Championship inside the steel cage where she can't get away from her? I think that would be honest. She's trapped. She has to fight, but she, like I said,
no interference.
And no interference. Even though I'm pretty sure Dom would probably try to climb over the cage to get in there, or cut it to get her in there. But like I said, I do think that's where this feud is going to head to. I also do think that very soon, Dom is going to get his comeuppance. I do think that it's going to end up being Priest and Rhea. Having Dom in the middle of the ring and just basically laying into him, and I think that's the first payoff. But yeah, we got a lot more to cover that this feud actually leads into. But next match after that, we went Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship. Sami Zayn has been a great Intercontinental Champion. If you ask me, I think he's embodied what the title is supposed to be about, a fighting champion. Taking on all comers, but he is no longer your Intercontinental Champion. This match wasn't as long as I thought it was going to be, but it was a pretty good match. They put on the show, and I think they highlighted all of Braun's the things that he's good at doing. What you guys think of the match?
First things first, he's right now on the press conference.
Yeah, he's speaking as we are.
But I thought it was a great match. I thought. Honestly, it was shorter than I thought it was going to be. Not truly a squash match, but I mean, borderline that. But I mean, I'm glad that they finally put some gold on Braun and build him up. I mean, we've talked about it at the party here, and I think he has potential being the next Brock Lesnar. So, I mean, this is the first step of doing that, giving him a mid-card gold and just building his legacy. And I'm not too worried about Sami. I mean, spoiler alert, we do have our tribal chief return. And I do see him maybe eventually joining the original bloodline for that in War Games. So I'm not too upset with him losing. It's just part of the story. So let's just see how it plays out. But I'm happy that Braun's finally got some gold. But he needs to work on that fake tan. That's for you, baby.
I thought it was okay match. I knew Sami was going to get destroyed. Wasn't sure. I didn't think it was going to be this quick of a match, but speaking of,
there's Sami right now walking out in the press
conference.
Walking
out with a suitcase, looking defeated.
As he should. He got defeated.
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah. But,
shame that man.
Yeah, it was one of those situations where I think it was time for Sami to drop the belt. It was great that he beat Gunther. Great rivalry leading up into WrestleMania for that, and one hell of a match with Gunther. But after that, it just seemed like okay. Had a few title defenses against Chad Gable. One title defense against was it Ila?
Ilya Dragunov
and Braun, and one against Braun before that. So I think it was about time for him to drop the belt. He proved himself as a decent Intercontinental champion. It's time to let some of the young guns, get an opportunity. I think it's Braun's time. It was Braun's time to get a title put on him. I'm glad they didn't propel him to world championship status yet.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's on the way, but but mid card title first. So I think he'll have a decent run, probably all the way up until maybe Survivor Series or Bad Blood. We'll see who challenges him after Sammy, because Sammy's going to get his rematch. But I'm anxious to see how this run turns out for Braun. So.
Yeah, there's some formidable opponents for him on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Obviously, he could start a fight with Jey Uso, who I think is going to end up taking the Intercontinental Championship off of him.
Right.
I would say either at Royal Rumble or maybe at WrestleMania next year. I do see also like I said, other opponents on Monday Night Raw that will give Braun Breaker good matches, good feuds too. Obviously, Ilya Dragunov being one of them. As well as, like I said, you could obviously see Chad Gable probably trying to come after that championship as well.
Let's see how he does with the Wyatt Six. So.
If he survives the Wyatt Six. If he survives the Wyatt Six. I also don't put it past Dirty Dom to want to be an Intercontinental Champion within the next year. I totally see that happen.
They did have original plans for Breaker to take over Brock and Dom were going to feud, so I can see that happening.
Yep. So there's a lot of opportunity on Monday Night Raw. Yeah.
That would have been that would have been
so when the Rumble happened, Braun took Brock's spot.
Okay.
So all that happened. He was originally going to take all his spots originally, and they're going to have a feud with Brock and Dom.
So what we're looking at is a potential for Braun Breaker to make history, putting on banger after banger good matches. I know he's going to run up against Sheamus too, so that could be another person. And then there's Pete Dunne as well. There's a lot of opportunities on Raw, but if I know Triple H is booking, I'm probably going to be in Rey Mysterio beating him for the title.
No, I do not wish that negativity. No,
I want that.
Triple H, don't you do it. He's on the screen as we're talking now. Do not do this, Triple H.
He's watching us right now.
Triple H, please don't.
He's watching
For the love of God, please do not
keep
Rey Mysterio's fat ass away from any title pictures. Okay.
He's than us, I'm pretty sure. He's probably
I don't care if there's anything on NXT. Keep them away from anything title related. Tag team titles, I don't care.
The next match we have coming up after that, we have Logan Paul versus LA Knight for the United States Championship. And again, this match itself, it was okay for what I thought. There were some high spots in the match. Obviously, that dive that Logan Paul did over the top ropes was amazing. LA Knight with the brain buster from the top ropes. I thought that move was outlawed in WWE, but I guess Triple H is lifting some of those bans as well on some of those moves. So you might see a buckle bomb here soon too. And whatever the case, though, the match, Logan Paul tried to cheat. He came out with MJ with Machine Gun Kelly, and he asked him for the Nux. Tried to cheat. He did end up hitting LA Knight with the Nux. Then he tried to jump back in the ring over the ropes and do a move on LA Knight. LA Knight caught him, hit him with the BFT. 1, 2, 3. We have a new United States champion, LA Knight. Guys, finally, LA Knight is able to call himself a champion in WWE. And I'm not talking about the $1 million championship. He is the United States heavyweight champion.
Mm-hmm. First things first, we were watching some of the press conference before this, and Knight is drunk as shit.
Also, my car lemonades, 10 of them
apparently. And just let you know, I want to have a beer with you, Knight.
Yeah.
Come to Springfield. We could go to Franny's. We could go to a little corner bar. We could go to Stadium. You name it. I want a beer with you, and we're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
Just don't go to Curve In.
Don't go to Curve In. Stay out of Curve In. Don't swerve to the curve.
Yeah. But I'm happy he's finally got some gold. He's had this momentum since what? 23, 22?
Yep.
It's about time they finally put gold. I know Triple H said, patience, be patient and all that, but it finally paid off.
Yep.
Logan, even though I thought he's been great in the ring, his title reign kind of, iffy with only 2 defenses and being, second longest reign. So I'm glad we got finally a champion that's going to be there every night and defend his title. So I'm happy for that and just waiting to see what they do with Knight. I do see Carmelo eventually taking the title off of him, maybe Mania, just to build up Mel a little bit more. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was I give it a B. Give it a match a B. Logan Paul, man, like love him, I hate him. Yeah, he only had 2 title defenses prior to this one, but the man, it seemed like every time he's in the ring, he's constantly showing us something crazy. Like you can tell he works on his craft, even as a newbie. Yeah, like he's studying and just seems like he's athletic as all hell. He can't, even though his boxing, aren't really all that. But
He's got a metal fist, metal plate in his fist.
Yeah, but for the most part in that ring, man, he's doing what he needs to do, man. So he's only going to get better in my opinion. So yeah, I think it was a decent match. I'm glad LA Knight won finally. He had a little teaser with the championship runs against Roman, opportunities against Roman. It didn't work out too well. Royal Rumble, he didn't win. But it's good that he's starting off with a mid-card title. Hopefully down the road he can get a legit chance to be a world champion. And so future is bright. We'll see what happens with this run. I don't know if Logan Paul's going to get a rematch, but I'm sure he'll get one. I don't think it'll be at Bash at Berlin. It'll probably be on SmackDown, and then we'll see who steps up. We'll go against LA Knight. I'm sure they'll choose somebody that's like an overseas guy.
I would say if you had to ask me, I would say his next winner. His next challenger will be the winner between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes coming out of that feud between those two.
I see a big Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah,
or Carmelo Hayes.
Yep.
I think it looks like Brandon T. Jackson, the actor from Roll Bounce, Peter Jackson, those movies. Yeah,
that's funny.
But yeah,
Santos starting off. I mean, he's already likely built that feud with Santos.
Yeah.
So that'd be a quick feud with him.
Yeah.
But I think Carmelo's gonna be the ultimate goal. And
you gotta have LA Knight go against somebody with strong mic skills. Though.
Oh yeah,
like I said, like I said, because that's the thing with LA Knight. That's his gimmick. He talks. He's able to back it up in the ring. He's a decent wrestler. He's not going to shock you with his wrestling. Although he did pull out a couple moves in this match that I was not expecting. But I mean, like I said, for the most part, he's not going to shock you with his wrestling. He's going to play it safe. He's a brawler. Like I said, he's going to stomp you to death. He's going to do his 2-3 moves. He's going to take a lot of your offense and let you hit a lot of your moves on him, and he comes back for the win. I mean, like I said, he's your prototypical babyface in that sense. Yeah. So in that sense, you elevate him or have him look strong by constantly cutting good promos and having somebody in the ring to cut good promos against. So Escobar isn't a strong talker. Like I said, Melo's getting better. The promo class has helped. Like I said, but you got to put him up against strong people that he could promo with, and like I said, because that's what makes him a star. And he has to come up with some good material too. So now you're the champ. Now you're on top of that mountain, LA. Now it's up to you to take that ball and run with it. You got the United States Championship. People have been clamoring for you to be a champion for a long time. The whole world celebrated. Flip babies. You know what I'm saying? Women showed their boobs, everything because you won the world title. Now it's time for you to prove that you are a champion and championship material, or all that is going to be gone just like that.
No championship hangover, bro.
Yep.
Gotta show us that you deserve to keep it.
For sure. And showing us that you wanted to keep it, but was not able to keep it, was Bayley tonight going up against Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Championship. I don't think they call it a disputed championship, do they?
Not just
WWE Women's Championship. Bayley was unsuccessful in being able to hold on to that Women's Championship in this match, which I'm so thankful she lost. I don't know about anybody else, but Bayley has been boring to me since like mid last year. Like I was not really impressed with the damage control stuff. She wasn't even the leader. She piqued my interest when she learned Korean, or I'm sorry, when she learned Japanese, so that she could understand what Io Sky and the rest of those ladies were saying, so that she could know that they were talking about her behind their back. I thought that was great. After that, I mean, literally, it's been piss break after piss break after piss break. So I'm actually very happy that they took the championship off of her. Nia Jax is a bigger lady. Nia Jax can also talk in the ring. She also gets a lot of heat. She is also very unsafe to work with in the ring. But like I said, Jade Cargill, Naomi, and of course Bianca Belair can work with Nia Jax and get good matches out of all three of them for that WWE Women's Championship, with eventually Tiffany potentially coming to take that title. But first and foremost, what did you guys think of the match?
I thought it was a fairly decent match. I was not expecting Tiffy to be the distraction. I really thought she was going to cash in. But with her receiving that new Money in the Bank briefcase yesterday on Friday Night SmackDown, she's going to be holding that for a little bit of a hot minute, because they're going to be marketing that and trying to sell that for money for a minute. So her time's going to come. I don't know when. It could be when Netflix finally goes, or Monday Night Raw goes to Netflix, and she cashes in, because the new champion there to help boost the ratings there, because right now she's hot. But I'm happy that Bayley's no longer the champion. I thought she is well deserved, but I got a little bit bored with her whole title run. So I'm interested to see what Nia does, even though I know Claude's not a big fan. It's okay. It's okay. But I'm just curious who her first opponent's going to be. Like you said, Bianca. I could eventually see maybe Jade, since they've already had somewhat of a small feud.
Some interaction, yeah.
So that'd be probably the easiest way to get the title on Jade, and then maybe eventually do a feud with her and Bianca. So let's just see what happens.
For sure. What you think?
I really ain't got much to say about this match. Honestly,
besides Nia's got a
really I was scoping more so than I really. I was scoping at how good both of them look. Like physically, than the actual match itself. Because I already picked Nia to win, because it was the writing was on the wall.
Written in the stars.
Yeah. Written in the stars. But no, yeah, I knew Nia was gonna win. So I spent most of the time talking about, I go about a good round or two with Nia Jax outside of the ring. Bayley, Mike was talking about BBL Bayley and all this stuff.
BBL Bayley. I'm just saying it doesn't jiggle.
He said it don't jiggle, but come on, man.
You gotta see it.
Y'all see the videos of Bayley doing the squat exercises, man. You work for that ass, man. Come on now. But anyway, I was hoping Tiffy cashed in, but they gave her a new briefcase, so she want to flaunt it, show it off for a little bit, before she actually cash in. Ain't no guarantee she's gonna cash in on Nia.
Correct.
She can cash in on Liv or whoever else down the line. She get a whole year to do it.
Yeah, she has her time.
So Tiffy time. She gonna do it in Tiffy time. So whenever she feels it's Tiffy time to cash in, she will do that. So we just gotta wait. So that's all I gotta say about that match.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Nia has a bunch of different feuds waiting on her with some good competitors. So you want to definitely make sure that you keep a lookout for that. This next match, guys, was one of the best of the night. Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk. No title on the line or anything like that. It was just two men that hated each other and wanted to beat the holy hell out of each other. They have been feuding. CM Punk has cost Drew McIntyre the World Championship on multiple occasions. Drew McIntyre stole the beads that has AJ Lee and Larry's name on them. So this was a blood feud from the jump. And I mean, as soon as the bell rang, they made you wait. They didn't let them touch off the jump. They made you wait for the bell to ring. And as soon as that bell rang, they went at it. And they went at it hard in this match against each other. A hard-hitting match, hard-hitting fight. I mean, like I said, there was one point where CM Punk was slamming Drew's head up against the steel steps. It just constantly. A lot of people got a lot of pleasure out of the match. They enjoyed it. The fans, the crowd reaction there was pretty awesome. So, yeah, I mean, it was a hard-hitting match. Obviously, at the end, the problem, if you looked during the match, CM Punk finally, he put Drew in the GTS. And then once he had Drew in the GTS, I'm sorry, not GTS, the Cobra Clutch. no, I'm sorry. What was it?
The Anaconda Vice.
The Anaconda Vice. He put him. I'm sorry. Okay, so Cobra Clutch. He put him in the Anaconda Vice, and as he put him in the Anaconda Vice, he sees the beads on Drew's wrist, and like I said, so he's one of those beads. He's taking those beads, so he wants to play. He wants to get them back. He grabs the beads off of him, and then slides them back onto his wrist, and then eventually, they get taken off of his wrist again, and they get dropped on the ring mat. While they're on the ring mat, Seth Rollins picks those beads up and puts them on his wrist. Now, this is a key moment in the match because a few seconds later, CM Punk notices that he has, as a matter of fact, he has Drew McIntyre dead to rights. Notices that Seth Rollins is wearing the beads, and as he's wearing the beads, he drops Drew McIntyre instead of giving him a GTS and goes after Punk. Goes after Rollins, and then once he does that, it's all downhill there for CM Punk. He ends up losing the match. He does get physical with Seth Rollins, loses the match, and then Rollins has to count to 3. Drew McIntyre comes out finally on top. He is your winner in this match. This was split down the middle before as us as a group. Fritos and Cdo both picked Drew. Me and Coach picked Punk. But yeah, Drew McIntyre won. And one thing I asked these guys during the match is how many matches can Drew McIntyre lose and stay on top? And they had some really interesting responses to that.
Mm-hmm. I figured, no, I mean, this way that Punk still, continues this feud with Drew, especially after the match, since Punk took the beads back, or not Punk, Drew took the beads back. So, I mean, this is going to continue on to Bad Blood, like I projected. Guess what? You're making another booking triple threat match with Seth, Drew, and Punk because they still have animosity against each other. So, I mean, when that happens, I don't know who's going to win because I believe at that point it's got to be Punk to win back the beads and finally end those feuds. But, I mean, he's still going to have problems with Seth since they really have beef with each other outside the ring. But I thought this was a fantastic match. I thought everything was perfect. We finally see Punk back in the singles match, the first time since 2014, as they were talking about. And yeah, I mean, it was just fantastic.
I said that they ought to book a beads on the pole match.
Just like how they're supposed to do Dom and
custody of Dom on a pole match.
Custody of the beads.
Yep, custody of the beads. What'd you think, Steve?
With this match, I was more curious to see what Rollins did as a referee. Honestly, like I said, I already picked Drew to win it. I was looking to see how Rollins was going to play into that, and kind of felt like it played out the way I thought it was going to. Like it was going to be more so him and Punk having their spat. And eventually, it was going to cost Punk more in the end than it did Drew, because Drew knows how to get at Punk, and basically those damn beads was the the one thing that cost him. Because first Drew had him on, then Rollins had him on, and then they in each other's faces, and Punk gives Rollins the GTS, and then even though Rollins didn't really sell that shit the right way. But we'll talk about that another time. I think Rollins was being an asshole on that part, but
a bit,
yeah. And but I knew then. I was like, once I saw that Punk, Rollins was like going at each other. I was like, yeah, Punk's going, it's a wrap, and Drew was going to capitalize. And,
hey, shout out to April. We appreciate you for watching. Thank you for loving the vids. Keep watching, keep sharing. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. But yeah, so
C's also fading because he's had a lot of libations.
Hell no, I'm full as fuck. That's what it is, bro.
Damn mac and cheese.
I only had 2 plates. I didn't really have much on both plates, and I guess I started drinking beer too soon, and my stomach is bloated as hell right now.
It's the mac and cheese and crab.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we definitely feast.
That damn mac and cheese. Yeah, that's what got me. But yeah, I'm good for the most part. But yeah, I think yes, I think this is going to lead. I don't think that like anyone's gonna have any match at Bash at Berlin.
It's got to go to Bad Blood at this point.
Yeah, I think they'll probably give Drew some. I don't think they'll probably give him a little time off, maybe, and then they'll probably focus on other storylines since it's overseas.
The Batch at Berlin show, I think, is completely about Gunther.
Yeah,
Like I said, it's highlighting Gunther. It's why he's your world heavyweight champion right now. Spoiler alert, sorry, but it's all about Gunther.
Yeah, I think a lot of the like overseas wrestlers, I think they'll probably get their shine at that pay per view.
Like Flash Castle,
yeah,
heavily
it's gonna
on
be
the
something in that realm,
European
yeah.
stars.
So,
Yep.
So yeah, I don't think they're gonna focus on like the big storylines. I don't even think Bloodline's gonna have anything.
Probably not. You might get a Jey Uso sighting because everybody loves it.
Right, yeah. But yeah, so I think Bad Blood's that, and it's Atlanta. They already been promoting it like crazy.
But Bad Blood isn't until October. Bash of Berlin it's at the end of August. So there has to be something in September.
Okay, yeah.
That's going to be in September too. And Bad Blood is until the end of October. It's October 31st.
Yeah,
so it's at the end. So there has to be something in between.
Yeah, between that. But yeah, Bad Blood will probably be the culmination of several rivalries, I'm sure.
Sure.
So I think that'll definitely be the culmination probably of Punk and Rollins. I think him and Drew probably have one more match. And then I think now he turns his attention to Rollins after that point. Or it could be a triple threat. Who knows?
Sure.
So we'll see what happens with that. But for the most part, it went exactly the way I thought it was going to. And can't wait to see the fallout on Raw.
Yeah, Raw is going to be something to watch for sure. We will have on Raw the debut of the brand new World Heavyweight Champion. Gunther is the World Heavyweight Champion. Me and C both picked Gunther to win the World Heavyweight Championship, and he did so in only the way that Gunther could, obviously dominating the match. Damian Priest did have his moments where he highlighted the match. Gunther actually took more offense in this match than he normally does in most of his matches. So I was really impressed with that. Even had a cut on his chest that bled throughout the majority of the match from just taking all those slaps. It was crazy. But like I said, he did so, and then from there he was able to we going down with the oh yeah, he said the chair. He's hilarious.
Because I feel like me sitting on the couch, it is more like I'm more prone to be too damn relaxed.
Oh,
I need to sit a little bit more.
fair enough. But you make sure you're in the camera so people can see you.
Yeah, man, I can see.
Don't worry, you're champions here.
You're hilarious. Anyway, so Gunther is your World Heavyweight Champion. He did have some help, however. Finn Balor, with the turn of this year, potentially. The Judgment Day is just all jacked up right now. Finn Balor costs Damian Priest the World Heavyweight Championship. Damian Priest had him down for the 1, 2, 3. I did this out the heaven, rolled him over too close to the ropes. He was already underneath the ropes, but then Finn Balor put Gunther's leg on the ropes, and then the ref stopped the 3 count. And then obviously Gunther, Damian Priest kept trying to reach for Finn Balor, couldn't get to him. Gunther then gave him a power bomb and then put him into the clutch and choked him out. And then you have a new World Heavyweight Champion. So what did you guys think about this World Heavyweight Championship title change, the choice for Triple H, the match itself?
Initially I have Priest winning because he's been going over fans lately. I thought they're going to try to keep the iron hot, keep it on, and then have them lose the title in Berlin. But I'm fine with Gunther winning. But this is really just upsetting because I'm a huge Judgment Day fan, just because of Rhea, just to see them break up like this. So I'm just curious on how they're going to do the Judgment Day storyline, because I feel like it's going to be basically almost a rip-off of the Bloodline. How there's 2 Bloodlines basically right now. There's basically going to be 2 Judgment Days. So just curious on how they're going to continue that storyline. But I thought Gunther did excellent. I thought Priest did excellent. And let's just see what happens with Gunther. I'm just curious on how they're going to book Gunther. because who's going to be the most believable person? I know you mentioned Jay for the IC title. I eventually see Jay taking the world heavyweight title off of him, maybe SummerSlam next year, just depending on how everything works out with the Bloodline Civil War. If they bring in Jay, Jimmy, and Sammy to help Roman out, because that's the only way I can see it work out, and then eventually leading the feud with Roman and The Rock, so that way he has their backup. But I just curious on how they're going to book Gunther going on, continuing on.
Yeah, I think it was great. I give it a B plus. These two they're pretty much good, hard hitting, wrestlers in the ring. They both got power style maneuvers. What is chops, punches, kicks, clotheslines, power bombs. It don't matter, man. These two are major heavyweights. So the clash was definitely going to be big time. Can't wait to see the rematch at Bash in Berlin, because I'm sure the rematch is going to happen.
Finn interferes again and continues.
Yeah. So I believe that's what's going to happen. But yeah, for the most part, I'm glad Gunther won. He's been around for a hot minute, and so I definitely believe it was his time. He had his big Intercontinental Championship run, and so we knew the next thing up after he lost to Sammy was that he was going to go for the world title. We just wasn't sure when it was going to take place, but after he won King of the Ring, and they announced whoever won King of the Ring was going to go at it at the world champion at SummerSlam. We kind of figured, Gunther, his time was going to be there. So here we are. He's world champion now. I don't think he's going to keep. He's not going to keep the world title as long as he did the IC title, but I think probably close to Mania at the very least. If not Mania or Royal Rumble, I think he's going to keep that title that long, because I don't see anybody outside of Braun Breaker who's already beaten him. I don't see anybody else.
Maybe Chad.
No.
Chad or Jay
No.
are the only ones I can kind of see, maybe, since they took him. They took Gunther to the distance with the IC match.
Braun or Drew.
Yeah.
The only two, Braun and Drew,
Or Seth.
or the other Braun,
Strowman.
Strowman. Them really the only four like that are believable enough to knock off Gunther for the world championship. And I believe Gunther's beaten all of them already. I think he beat Braun. Yeah,
He did.
Yeah, so Gunther's beating all of them.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens, man. But I'm congratulations to Gunther. He got his moment. So we'll see what happens. As we already said, for the other champions, show us that you can keep that title.
Yep.
So
show us that you're worthy. It needs to come through your promos.
Exactly.
It needs to come through your matches. It needs to come through your feuds. Make us care. Because if we stop caring, they're going to take the championship off.
Exactly.
Monday Night Raw is going to be can't miss. I don't even know how you open the show. You have so many storylines coming out from the beginning of the show. Oh,
God dang it. Big E stole my thing.
Oh, yeah. No, Big E's 5 has nothing on yours, Fritos. Don't worry about it.
So Big E's top 5. It's called a Big E 5 count. So Fritos is saying it's a ripoff of his
you son of a bitch.
Fritos' favorite 5.
First Taco Bell steals my catchphrase. Now this. Bullshit. This is bullshit.
Moving along, the last match, the main event, Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa for the WWE Undisputed Heavyweight Championship.
We get light.
This match is boring for the most part.
Yeah.
The match itself from the beginning, it kind of was what you expected. There were a few good spots in there. The match didn't heat up until obviously Cody looked like he was getting ready to end the match Then obviously Tama Tonga and what's the other one's name?
Timberland.
What's the name?
Tangaloa, man.
Tangaloa. Both of them came.
Smell like Timberland, bro.
Both of them came out. Obviously, that prompted first Kevin Owens, then Randy Orton to come out. They helped Cody. And then obviously the Samoan Werewolf came out of nowhere and beat the holy hell out of Cody Rhodes, putting him through a table and everything like that. Pushing him back into the ring. And then it looked like Solo had the upper hand. It did look like the Samoan Werewolf Joshua Fatu did hurt himself while he was jumping off the top rope onto that table. He was screaming, yelling. It was crazy. But like I said, he still ended up helping out Solo, doing what he could to help him. Solo rolls Cody back to the ring like he has the upper hand. And then out of nowhere comes the debut of new music for your original tribal chief, the OTC, Roman Reigns. Strolls down to the ring halfway, then begins to run a little bit, slides into the ring, goes over to the corner, hits the Superman punch, and then goes over to the other corner, hits a spear, leaves the ring. Cody Rhodes picks up the pieces, hits a crossroads, and 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes retains the WWE Undisputed Championship.
I'll go first on this one. Match. We knew what was happening. It was in the works, man. It was right. It was the writing on the wall. We knew it was not gonna happen. This new tribal chief, he wasn't gonna win this title. Now, granted, the Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga won the tag team title, so maybe Solo can go out with another mid-card title. He might challenge LA Knight.
That's true. He may end up becoming a United States champion.
So hey, they have another title in the bloodline. It just won't be the World Championship.
Yep.
Or the WWE Championship. It just won't be that one. So but we was here to see Roman. Let's be honest, man. The tribal chief is in the building. The real tribal chief. He is back. I do miss the old thing. New things all right, but I won't do that.
I think fans didn't know who he was at first when his music first hit, because it wasn't that.
Well, one,
it was like something
new.
new.
And then the camera angle didn't go onto the stage area until like afterwards. So I'm like, y'all should have just panned to the stage. So I'm throwing people off too. But yeah, it was good to see my boy back, man. Roman. What your you miss me, when I'm gone. Hey, it was one of the moments like we want. Now we didn't want Roman to leave. It was just time for Cody to get that title off of him. Like that was pretty much what it was. But we didn't want Roman to leave. He back now because we don't give a shit about fucking Solo being the new tribal chief, and Roman about to remind us, man, that you ain't the tribal chief. I am. But we'll talk about this later. Who else could pop up as the man behind all of this, behind Solo doing all this crap? So we go into that later. But for the most part, we can talk about it now if y'all want to. I'm thinking Rock is gonna make an appearance at some point and be like, "Hey, I was behind all of this because you lost." So I told Solo, "Hey, do what you want to do." So that's my thing. But we know the Civil War. Bloodline Civil War is coming. It's probably going to stretch all the way until probably the end of the year. He's got Survivor Series coming up and other pay-per-views. So what you guys think?
I thought the match itself was copy and paste of WrestleMania with Cody and Roman. It literally was. Everything was copy and paste. Just not as well done as WrestleMania as I thought. I'm hopefully Fatu's not too seriously injured. He really, said his ankle was hurt or leg. So hopefully it's nothing like, terrible. But he continues with his tag team.
He'll be all right.
Yeah, hopefully.
Samoans are coming like crazy. Man.
Just give him some ice and Advil. He'll be fine.
Yeah,
but I'm glad that finally our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, has come back. and I'm excited for this whole Civil War bloodline story. I mean, we did see Rock's mother there, with the Nia Jax match because they have a close, bond. So, I mean, they kind of a little bit teased it, kind of semi-ish with it. So, I mean, it's going to happen. And when Roman and Rock go at it, I'm assuming it's got to be this WrestleMania at this point, since they already kind of teased it with Roman spearing The Rock. So, I mean, it's going to be a great match between those two.
Agreed. I think that it makes SmackDown must see if they actually say Roman Reigns is going to be there. That's something that's important too. I think that, like I said, there's so much to highlight on SmackDown, and they don't want to center everything solely around Roman Reigns. But the Bloodline does run SmackDown. That is the main storyline, main keys, and it's very interesting to see what happens. I mean, we were thinking you're going to see Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso and the old Bloodline get back together to go up against the new Bloodline, but it could very well end up being where you see at War Games maybe Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Cody Rhodes going up against this new Bloodline in the 4-on-4 War Games match. Like I said, just because like I said, they have to fight together to try to take out this Bloodline because they've taken all of them out individually. So it's very interesting. There's a lot of different ways to book it, but we are the We Book It Boys. And what we do is we specialize in booking. And right now, we want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode. We want to make sure that you guys like, share, subscribe to the podcast. Make sure you share this with everybody that you know. We appreciate those of you that tuned in live, those of you that are going to tune in later. Yeah, man, we will be back. Actually, drop another episode tomorrow. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that.
I just want to make it known. I got all my picks right.
Oh gosh. Yes. See.
I got all my picks right. I picked everything.
Oh, sorry, I missed one pick because I thought future booking.
So,
my bad.
So I am right now. I am the interim booker
Kiss my ass.
of the year.
Whoa.
I am the interim.
Who's driving you home tonight? Looks like you're walking.
Oh no.
Let's go with Black Man Walk.
Yeah.
Have fun. Have fun.
Oh man. We appreciate you guys. Until next time, take it easy. Keep on